What's going on, everyone? Grizz, Joe, and we have a special treat for you. As you can probably tell by the title of this video, yes, once upon a time, long time ago, we wrestled each other. An actual wrestling ring. Now the backstory to all this has actually had to come from this guy, because he actually contacted me to do this thing, and okay, so I guess even I don't really know how did this all really come about.
In my much younger days, I had a friend who was really into wrestling, and so much so that he joined a wrestling group here in town, took classes, paid them money, and decided that that wasn't something that he wanted to keep doing, which was mostly paying money. But he took enough classes that he learned all of the basics. Got a hold of me, basically asked me and a couple of my friends that became his friends, do you want to start wrestling? And we're like, you know what? Yeah, that sounds fun. So we turned his living room into our wrestling ring and started putting on weekly shows. Every Sunday, we would stay the night on Saturday, wake up on Sunday, and proceed to wrestle in his living room, jumping off his couch, cutting promos in his basement, stuff like that. Well, years went by, probably 12 years, went through many names of our wrestling organizations, and a friend of mine bought a wrestling ring and wanted to start an actual wrestling organization here in Springfield. So I got into his ring and started, wrestling around and having fun, thinking that, hey, I'm going to become a professional wrestler. Until I had a horrific accident that retired me way before my time. And so my days of thinking that I was going to entertain people jumping around in a wrestling ring was over. But I couldn't let it go. And I felt like, you know what, I wanted to go out with a bang after I thought I had healed up nicely. Which I haven't. But still haven't, years later, still haven't fully healed.
Wait, when did you get hurt?
This probably a year, maybe year and a half before these videos.
So this was so this was done. So you got hurt after the initial videos were shot.
I got hurt before these videos were ever shot.
These ones, but remember, you and I had wrestled a few times.
Yeah.
And those videos never made it to the light of day.
Never made it to the light of day, and then I got hurt.
Yeah, okay. So
I got hurt.
So that infamous was it 4-way, 6-way dance we had, that was before your injury.
Before my injury.
Okay.
So afterwards, I'm like, you know what? I want to go out with a bang. I want to finish, I actually want to have some good matches and finish off this part of my life. And I had planned, 3-4 matches that I was going to wrestle in that involved the people that I have wrestled over the years, including my brother Will, and of course my brother Joe here. And this was one of them. We had shot actually some backstage occurrences. His never did get shot, I believe, and
no, never did.
Never did get his backstage. What was supposed to happen was he was supposed to jump me backstage and injure me, thinking that I wouldn't come out to the ring. That did not happen. So there's a lot of context to the video that we're going to be looking back at that was never explained. Because we didn't have ring announcers. This is literally a dude's backyard where his wrestling ring is set up.
And I will say it's cool. It's cool because, we are literally backyard wrestling.
The
But
only difference being is that when this was an actual professional ring, a 6-sided ring.
it was a 6-sided ring, which
wasn't
is
even a 4-sided ring.
which is the cool thing. I don't know too many people that. Well, I mean, I'm sure now, and I'm sure TNA brought in the 6-sided ring, but you think even back when we did this video,
it wasn't as popular out there.
Yeah, not too many people had done it at that time.
No.
A fun fact, actually, this match happened 2 days before I got married.
Yep.
And I remember getting text messages from not my
going to be bride at the time.
Going to be bride at the time, but from her friends telling me that I better not get hurt before the wedding. So we're gonna jump into this, and I will warn you that as fun as this is, it's some parts are cringy for me still.
And me too.
Oh gosh.
This was us being us, having fun, and we were no way professionals. He didn't go to school. I didn't go to school. I got trained by a guy who went to school. I ended up getting a little bit of training from a dude whose life was pretty much nothing but this. And I still look like...
My training came from watching on TV and just being smart and wrestling with my older brother for decades. So anyways, without any further ado, let's jump into the video. Okay, so again, the context right now.
No even entrance music.
Which is good because YouTube would probably cut us off. So actually, when we get to your part, we're probably going to have to mute. Because you do.
Well, I don't think they're going to be able to hear it on the
tablet.
No,
you can hear it. You can hear it. Mm. So yeah, that's me coming into the ring. I did a slide under, which I'm very impressed with, actually. A man of my size sliding under the ropes.
I don't see a mute button. I see a pause button.
A mute button.
You might have to, when you edit the video.
No, I mean, you're going to have to turn it down on your phone and then pause it, and then we'll just kick it back in. You can let it ride out right now.
Well, yeah, because pretty much right now, all you're doing is standing in the ring.
And this is
waiting for me.
And this is the thing that no one really understands. And I think ironically, the person in the ring's name was Joe also. I don't even really think
he was Hillbilly Joe.
He didn't really even understand really what's happening either.
No, he was standing in the back, kind of looking like, okay, don't.
And what was you gave yourself to the count of what, 15?
I think he was counting up to 10.
No, it was past 10. You gave yourself the count of like 20 or something to get to the ring. We'll find out.
As the camera person walks over to the bell.
Ring the bell. One.
At least he was wearing a referee shirt.
You know what? I just realized. We probably actually have to silence your phone because it's going to echo.
5.
So yeah, he's sitting there counting. I can't hear. I don't even.
8.
There we go. Now there won't be an echo.
9.
This is going to be funny when there is one.
10. 11.
Yeah.
See,
there's 11.
Yeah.
12.
There's just a lot of standing around. I was actually kind of nervous.
Oh, here he comes. Here I come with Chuckles, my uncle who has now passed away. And
Turn on some music. There we go. We're getting ready for.
Yeah, I was ready to fight. I was ready to go. I had forgot my car keys on my belt, and there I go into a fence.
I've been waiting years to do this to him.
Slamming those fists off my forehead.
At some point, I snap your.
As he manhandles me into the ring.
I snap your.
Yeah, right there. The suspenders
Yeah,
came off.
Sniper suspender.
Throwing those big old haymakers at my face. Ooh. I poke. I gouge. My character Clayton Grizzly here. He's a stone coldish type of good guy. He wasn't too much of a good guy as much as he was just
He was an anti-hero.
He was an anti-hero.
And my guy was just a uppity, snobbish guy. So it really played off each other because
that foot really connected.
let's not talk about connecting. Mr.
What?
Mr. Headbutt to the forehead.
Okay, yes.
That's not on this video.
No.
That's a fun story for a different day.
Again, me showing how I am not a professional wrestler, taking that clothesline like garbage. Would have really shown you some power if I had done like a backflip.
A backflip?
From that clothesline, and I just spun and
I remember when I was doing this, I was really worried if you were going to help me or not, and you didn't.
I wasn't very good at helping.
No,
okay,
you didn't. That was pure strength, folks, to get him up like that. So, one of my biggest
headlock.
One of my biggest regrets about this match, something that when I look back, when I'm watching it right now, and I go back to when days after the match happened, I regret the style in which I wrestled. I tried to do Bret Hart
technical
wrestler thing. When, in all honesty, there's a part in this match where I look at myself like, you should have just Andre'd him. You really should have just Kevin Nashed him and just beat the crap out of him.
Which, as my Clayton's character, I would have taken, gotten whooped up, and then all of a sudden...
Look at the sell job. Look at that. Look at my selling. My selling was pretty on point.
Oh, yeah, I'm putting boots to you, boy.
Selling the leg. Working the leg.
Hell yeah, you're a big guy. Oh, that headbutt was beautiful. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, here I was going for the...
Wrestling, the only time where... a 6'7" guy gets manhandled by 5'9".
Almost, 5'9" and a half. On a good day, 5'10".
No biting. True.
Hey, I wanted to bite. Choking him.
And the pace of this match was pretty solid too.
You and I were pretty good about keeping pace.
I was like, you don't want to rush things and. See, that's where it was just a little...
Trying to work your arm so you can't, use it to slam me or anything else.
This is actually really... I think this is when I think I bluffed here. I don't think I actually hit Shackles. See, this is where it gets a little cringy for me.
And the old man's like, "Go ahead and try and hit me."
All right. So this is where I realized, okay, you are so freakishly tall. Oh, look at that! I come up to the second rope. It's like
that ring was tall. Trust me, folks. That's how I got my injury. I ran up towards that ring and tried to hop onto the edge of it, and I only got partially onto it, and tore my abdominal muscle. And for a good month after that, I couldn't sleep laying flat. I had to sleep at an angle. And
I'm acting like
all gassed out.
Look at that. I think we've only been wrestling for 5 minutes, and here I am acting gassed out. It was just acting. Actually, for as big as I am, I actually.
Oh yeah, you can move. You can hustle.
I had pretty good stamina, but the kick was a little rough.
Yeah. You didn't want to actually kick me, which I appreciate.
No problem.
Would you? Yeah, there could have been a little more follow through.
There's.
We both have those moments.
Yeah, I think another thing that I really didn't do well with you was throw you.
Yeah,
I didn't.
You could have picked me up and literally just thrown me.
And I think these camera shots too,
Ooh, good. That was a good punch.
You can't really see what's going on. Like,
Break it up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We did a lot of like.
you don't see that. You don't see that anymore.
No, you don't. And I should have front flipped. Honestly, I look
See,
back.
this is
and
when
it's
I
like,
tried
could've-
This is when I tried to chain you real quick, and then I realized, yeah, we're both not gonna chain.
Ooh.
Again, you went a little bit, but
Yeah, that was you actual slamming me. I'm like, ugh.
2.
man, it's crazy to think I got married 2 days after this match.
It's crazy to think I could actually do this. Because I didn't work out. My fat ass did not get on a treadmill. Oh, God, yeah. Close to 300 pounds coming down on that arm.
Sure.
See, and the reason why I shifted over because like, okay, the camera is right
Behind us.
right behind us, so I have to move so they can see what I'm. Good sell job.
Yeah.
Good sell job.
You're messing up my arm so I can't do my 3-second ride.
Here's another.
Which was my finish.
Here's one of my favorite sell jobs for this match, actually.
You want to give? Like the ringer, man. Like the ringer. It'll be over with.
No, I ain't gonna break it. No, I ain't gonna tap. Which was me giving a low blow. That's what ding always represented. And yep.
That's because of hospitality.
And then a subtle fall. I had no idea. And the thing we I don't think we discussed any spots
No.
in this match
We did not.
except for the finish. I think the finish was the only thing we had talked about.
I don't think we even talked about the finish because you were like,
No,
what are you doing?
No,
What are you doing? And
No,
I'm
you
like,
told me I was gonna get.
oh, speaking of.
This was not. I did not tell him what I was gonna do here.
Oh, yeah.
My ass juggles.
And what I'm proud of, honestly, what I'm proud of when I look back on this, for being two guys that really weren't trained, we didn't hurt each other at all.
I never did. Well, me and my other buddies, yeah, we hurt each other quite a bit.
Okay,
I had a
correction.
blackened chest.
Correction. I never hurt anybody.
No, you never hurt. Yeah, you never hurt me. I certainly headbutted your brains
Yes.
around in your skull.
You think you gave me a slight concussion with that headbutt.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't help it. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I think I'm okay now. Oh, okay.
See, and then Chuckles was distracting over there. He was choking me out while you were
Oh, he
distracting
was.
the referee.
I didn't even.
Go back to the choke. Which makes sense. You go wear a big guy down,
Yep.
cut off his oxygen.
And here comes my
that
famous
wasn't bad.
leg
That
drops.
wasn't a bad leg drop.
I was always
And then
really good at my
this
leg
was
drops.
This was a good sequence. Again,
Ooh, vicious DDT.
none of this was planned. None of this was talked. Just like our shows, none of this is planned. This is just
We smooth and flow like true brothers, even though we're not even related.
look at that. Now I'm choking on that. And again, I'm always making sure I know where the camera's at so people can somewhat see what's going on.
Ha, ha.
Hey, watch the choking.
There was a little bit of selling there. It was, poor Chuckles being my manager. He never did anything like, yell out, "Come on, Grizzly!" And
No, he did. But like, what was interesting about Chuckles? Look at that. Again, another part. See, he always interfered, and he always and again, he did stuff off the cuff too. But he bought you time.
oh yeah,
That was a nice.
Bought me a
That's a
second.
nice European uppercut you gave me. Actually.
ooh, that was a big old boot, which were actual like hiking boots, steel-toed.
This was another. I think this headbutt was protected,
Oh yeah,
and then that.
that drop. Whoa! Then I give you the headbutt, and I'm like, I wish I had Ric Flaired it. That would have been better. I wish I would have Ric Flaired it near the ropes. That way Chuckles could have come over and like smacked me awake. Like, what? Blah.
No.
I miss him.
I just, man. I guess, like, watching this back, yeah, this is probably, you definitely can see better quality matches out there.
Oh, God, yeah. There are much better quality matches. What didn't also help us is the fact that this was an overcast day. Not a lot of sun out.
This is, okay. Like, right in front of the ref.
This is also IAW rules. And no DQ.
So that's where I went back to that, tried to do submission stuff, tried to be technical.
And yet, even though it's a no DQ, he's still counting.
Hey, we got a break, man. Come on, he's in the rope.
Joe did a good job officiating. Oh, okay. So this right here.
Chuckles like, get your ass up. He was strong
Okay.
for what he was.
So here's where I hit Chuckles. Right here. No sell.
No
No
sell.
sell. No sell.
Oh, he's an old hillbilly. He
he's
doesn't know.
just like, he's like, what was that? Nice.
Which is why we turned the camera from him.
Nice,
like,
nice sell. Nice sell job.
You sell?
Hold on, I feel it.
Get your ass back in that ring.
Man, he really-
Chuckles.
See, but here's the thing. Again, I'm the heel in this match. Yet you and your manager are doing all the heel tactics.
Well, we were what we were.
This. So here's my thought process. Okay, what I was thinking was baseball sliding, but you were too far away.
Yeah.
So that's why. So I'm thinking about it right here too. I'm thinking I could probably hit him with a baseball slide.
You should have.
This is where it gets a little cringe because I'm just like. So
Yeah,
then
you did baseball
I
slide.
did baseball slide it, but it took me, and here comes the infamous. Yeah, unprotected. Didn't know.
Solid. Well,
I don't
not
think-
solid steel, but
Courtesy of PPG.
Yeah, you got in trouble for that too.
oh yeah, I did.
And again, this next one,
Beautiful.
I took it like a champ.
Took it like a champ, and it was beautiful. We loved our cookie sheets and our paint. Yeah.
And then the thing was, so like that wasn't a like a tin foil type.
No,
Paint
that had
tray.
some steel
That
to it.
was legit.
Not a lot of steel, but certainly some steel in there.
Enough to make me realize I was awake. I was alive.
Oh yeah. And then we tried to pick up your ass.
Like I think it's.
Damn, this boy's heavy.
I love when you film like I just leave my legs on the ropes. Just like yeah.
You forgot your walking stick. Go grab it.
This is also cringe too.
What the hell?
Again, talk about it. So my idea for here was to give you a slingshot and
Into
you
the-
slingshot off the bottom rope, but then I realized that I can't do that, and then I just slowly pulled you out, gave you some.
So Chuckles kicks you in the ass.
No, he actually takes his staff.
Oh, gives your
So
boys
that,
a poke.
that to me is the cringiest part for me in this entire match. Was
Yeah.
me trying to get you in a, and this is your receipt, by the way.
Oh yeah. Not much of a receipt,
And
but
then
a receipt.
But I love this off camera. So take that.
Should have used it as dropped it underneath your leg and leg dropped me with it.
In the moment, I wasn't thinking about that. Honestly, I don't even know if we had an idea of when to go home.
No,
Oh, mama. Oh.
I will say this.
talking about mama.
I will say this, folks. When you're in that moment, Honestly, it was a lot of fun. Like, it was a lot of fun. I think this is when I think you said go home.
1, 2, 3,
We were both getting to our feet.
4,
Wore out.
This is another part that actually makes me kind of cringe a little bit.
6.
So for some reason I thought I was going to turn to Shane O'Mac. So that punch is fine. Go a little back and forth here. And that was a good one. But then I do this. This is when I start acting like an idiot.
Oh no, they're landing.
I mean, those are nice. But see, I start doing this little, like, just start like bopping and
That was in
weaving.
the throat.
Yeah. And
Drop
again,
down.
I don't remember getting the call for Chuckles to trip me.
That was just him taking the opportunity he saw.
And that was just good.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
It was some
Southern discomfort.
And again, knowing where my foot is.
1, 2, 3.
I don't know if you picked that up or not. So I knew where my foot was at. I slid my foot away from underneath the rope.
So that he wouldn't.
So that way,
And your winner, Cletus B. Grizzly.
As I pass out.
Hey, you had old man. Brimstone. I'm coming for
Ridiculous. And then I think you do the cut motion.
you.
Cut. So yeah.
So and then Brimstone. So that match, I believe, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken on the storyline, it was a tournament, and I was just an obstacle to get to your nemesis,
Brimstone.
which
Who was my nemesis since the very beginning. Since the first ever match. At that point, had been 15 years in the making to finally have a match with Brimstone in a ring. And we even shot backstage. I have all the videos of all the backstage occurrences that happened leading up to what was going to be the final match between Cletus B. Grizzly and Brimstone.
and you were gonna get your shine, right? You were gonna win the belt.
I think I was going to actually beat Brimstone and definitively and win the, at the time, IAW championship belt. And basically be like, you know what? But Will and I would get up, walk out of the ring, walk up to the camera and been like, you know what? It's been an amazing, 13 years. This is it. We're done. We finally did it. We wrestled in a ring, had our big match together, pulled out all the stops, and we're happy. And that would have been it. Done. And I would be able to look back and go, you know what? I accomplished something in my life that I had wanted to set a goal for years before. And you know what? At this point in time, I have to be okay that my last match that I ever had in a ring was him.
Sorry.
Oh no, I mean, like I said, I'm happy with what it is. It's not my Brimstone match, but it was still nonetheless a good match.
I think the thing, what I like, and it's the same thing about this channel, is I don't know if you noticed or not, but there's actually a kid, I think there's maybe two kids that crawl on top of a shed that's behind the ring and watch us wrestle. And when I have memories of wrestling over there in that ring, there were kids from the neighborhood that would come and watch us wrestle all the time.
Sometimes they would make fun of us. Sometimes they would cheer us.
Sometimes they would enjoy themselves.
Oh yeah.
They would enjoy themselves, especially that six-way dance.
Oh God, yeah, they were
That was
loving that.
that was the time I took. They call it the AA now, the attitude adjustment now. But I took that move. Never have taken a move like that before. Took
because
it.
there was nobody big enough to pick you up for that move before.
So like that's, yeah, man. I had good times.
Good times were had. It's fun to look back at that.
Never say never. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed the little trip down memory lane if you're still watching, because this is a very long video.
This has been Grizz,
This has been Joe.
and it's been a look back with two dudes.
Enjoy life.
That we were.
Not anymore though.
You folks have a good night. We'll catch you next time.